Let us all welcome Miss Fairlane Inso.
Hi, Francis.
Hi, Fair. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Okay. Okay, so let me just pull up my screen. Okay. So I hope you're able to see it. Hey, right. So thank you very much, everyone, for spending your Friday night with us. Hey, don't worry, I won't take so much of your time because I know you have a lot of questions. So once again, I'm Fairlane. You can call me Fair. I'm the regional manager of Soo College for Southeast Asia. Right. So before I talk about our college, the program, I want to discuss the community where you're going to. Right. So we call it Soo. This is French word for jump, relating to the jumping rapids of Sault Ste. Marie. Sault Ste. Marie is located in the biggest freshwater lake in the world, Lake Superior, bordering the U.S. and neighboring Thunder Bay. Now, Sault Ste. Marie or Sault Ste. Marie, okay, whichever you prefer, it's a designated safe community. So far, with what's going on in the world right now, Sault Ste. Marie has recorded less than 10 active COVID cases for the past 3 months, and there were no deaths recorded. It's a pretty safe community, and it's this third largest city in Northern Ontario. So I'm talking about Northern Ontario. It has around 72,000 population. It's ranked in the top 10 friendliest Canadian cities by Expedia in 2018, and for second in Ontario when it comes to shortest distance from home to work. So this will be very good for you, especially for your family, knowing that you'll spend more time leisurely with your family once you move to Sault Ste. Marie. Right, so Soo is also known for its world-class ski trails. We make sure that our students were able to experience that as well. Okay. So here are we located. So like I mentioned, we're located in Northern Ontario. So you will find two Sault Ste. Marie's here, one in Ontario, the other one in Michigan. Okay. And we're very close to the US. Just across the border will take you around 5 to 10 minutes by drive. And coming from Detroit, the capital of Michigan, will take you 5 hours by drive. Okay, so we're closer to Michigan than Toronto. Coming from Toronto, at least an hour flight going to Sault Ste. Marie International Airport. Okay, so one thing that you need to understand about the community or the colleges you're going to is what are the industries existing in that community. So for Sault Ste. Marie, this will be the list of main industries. If you don't see your industry here, it doesn't mean that it's not existing. It's just that these are the main ones that we have. And looking at these industries, you will also understand how is the community working and what are the programs that we offer. Okay. Now, why would you want to go to Soo College, right? So for our college, it's one of the 24 public colleges in Ontario with around 50 years of education excellence in different disciplines. We have the main campus, which is in Sault Ste. Marie. We have one in Brampton and one in downtown Toronto. So Brampton and downtown Toronto are both satellite campuses. Right. So for Filipino applicants, we are waiving IELTS as well as application fee. And we have entry scholarships available to you guys. Also in-campus scholarships. We have over 70 programs that you can choose from. From that 70, we have 16 programs that will either have co-op or placement. And of course, a strong employment support to our students while they are in campus and even after graduation. So another good thing about Sault Ste. Marie is the RNIP, or the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot. So I won't dwell so much about this because you can definitely check IRCC's website as well as the link or the site that you see here. Welcome to ssm.com/RNIP. Right, so the RNIP is a peer pathway. This is just one of the peer pathways that Canada has. Okay, so you can choose it if you want to, but there are only 11 communities across Canada that is promoting or that's qualified for the RNIP. One of them is Sault Ste. Marie. So what we do in the community is the requirement is that you just need to study ideally for 2 years in Sault Ste. Marie, and then look for a job there after graduation. Once you have the job offer, um, you can apply to the Economic Development Council of Sault Ste. Marie because they are the ones who will be assessing you. If you pass, they will also be the one to refer you to IRCC. So Sault Ste. Marie is the first community to implement RNIP as well as the first community to receive successful applicants for this program, right? So for the colleges in Ontario, we don't have rankings, unlike the universities, but we do have the key performance indicators. So each indicators, all of the 24 colleges are being ranked. And so far, we're pretty good when it comes to student and employer satisfaction ratings. So I hope you'll be able to experience this once you are in our college. So like I mentioned a while ago, we have pretty good support for our students when it comes to employment. Once you get to our campus, you can check our student job center. They will be the one to assist you when it comes to the whole cycle of job search. Okay, so all of the activities you see here, these are all for free. Okay, just make sure to be there. So I just want to be clear for the employment in Canada, in the schools or colleges, you will still be the one to apply. Okay, we will provide you the needed information about employment, etc. But you will be the one to apply. Okay, so it will not be the student job center or it will not be your friends. You will be the one to apply to this. We do mini job fairs every fall intake and annual job fair every February. Now, so after graduation, you can still depend on us by going through our Employment Solutions Department. This is funded by the governments of Canada and Ontario to make sure that you'll be connected with employers across the community, across Ontario, or even across Canada. Okay. Now, aside from the academic and employment support, we also have extracurricular support or services to our students. So as you can see, we have the cultural, even the ski pass, gym, or even spa. We have those. We make sure that you will be able to experience your own culture while you're experiencing Canadian culture. Okay. Right. So these are just few of the equipment and facilities that we have in our main campus. We have different labs for different programs, but I just want to feature this because this is relatively new and renovated. This is for the health sciences programs, but we definitely have ones for robotics, engineering, even natural environment, right? So this is our library. It's a three-floor library, and it will reopen again by fall 2021 intake, making sure that students can use all of the facilities here, especially the study pods and the breakout rooms. And let's go to our programs. Sorry about that. So for Soo College, we have 3 intakes in a year. Start of the academic year is September. We have 1 in January and May. So right now we're open for September 2021 and then January 2022 intakes. So these are some of the programs. I won't go through them one by one, okay, but Soo is known for engineering technology, natural environment, media design, and health sciences, right? So as you can see here, you will find the number of hours required for the co-op. And I just want to highlight here for media design that for our graphic design or for this department, we don't require portfolio for students, from students. And for the graphic design, in Ontario, graphic design is normally 3 years advanced diploma, but we compress it to 2 years. However, you will still receive the same certification or diploma, which is advanced diploma. Okay. And you can also see the 2+2 here, meaning if you want to pursue bachelor's degree with our partner university, you can do that by doing 2 years of diploma in Soo and then another 2 years in the university. So by the time you finish in the university, you will be completing your bachelor's degree. Okay. Now, these are the programs that we have for community and health sciences. So you can see here, it's all placement. While a while ago, you've seen programs that will have co-op. So the difference between the placement and the co-op is placement is not paid, co-op is paid. But both you need to finish them to be able to graduate. Okay, so placement, we have placement centers, okay, that have partnered with our college, and definitely you can check the list you can choose from. For the co-op, it's really up to the student if you wanted to apply to that employer, okay, because co-op is like internship, so you can choose which employer, even across Ontario, you can do that as long as the college will approve. Okay. So for the health sciences, which is very popular in the Philippines, I just want to mention that most of these programs are only offered during fall intake or this September 2021 intake. Right now, we're already closed for practical nursing and personal developmental support services. For the rest, we still have seats. So if you're decided, please make sure that you connect with Kanata and complete your documents to be able to apply. Okay. Now, we also have our graduate certificates you can choose from. So we have 3 for the 2-year graduate certificate program. And we have a list for the 1-year graduate certificate program. So the point here is if you want to have or qualify for a 3-year PGWP program, you can definitely check the 1+1, which most of our students do. So you need to enroll for your first program, let's say project management, and then before graduating from project management, enroll to another 1-year program, let's say supply chain management. So by the time you finish supply chain management, that's 2 years, it will qualify you for the 3-year PGWP. Okay? But if you don't want to, you can definitely go for our 2-year graduate certificate programs. We have global business management, cybersecurity, and healthcare leadership. So for cybersecurity and healthcare leadership, you can see that it's only offered in our Toronto campus. Okay, so for the global business management, it's offered across all of our campuses. Right, so I just want to highlight these 2 programs because these programs are only open to our partner agents like Kanata. So you cannot apply directly to us. You need to go through our partner agencies. So we have the professional nursing practice and enhanced practice for internationally educated nurses. So we have the professional nursing is focused with gerontology, enhanced practice is focused with acute care. So this is like a bridging program for internationally registered nurse. Okay, so the requirement is that you need to be a BSN graduate, you need to have a valid PRC license, 1 year of clinical experience for the past 2 years. The IELTS is waived, but you need to understand that once you apply to take the licensure in Canada, you need to take either IELTS or the Canadian language benchmark. Okay, so for the curriculum, these programs will have field placement. So for the professional nursing practice, it will have 200 hours. And for the enhanced practice, it will have 256 hours. So this will prepare you, for you to take the NCLEX with CNO or the College of Nurses Ontario. Okay, so for the professional nursing practice, it also includes the OSCE and the NCLEX preparation. Okay, so the main goal here is after you finish the program, you'll be able to go through CNO's assessment or NNAS and be able to take the licensure for RN in Canada and of course to be employed as full-time RN. Okay, so if you have IELTS 6.5 or higher, we will definitely prioritize your application. But once again, like I mentioned, you cannot go directly apply. Okay, you need to go through our partner agency like Kanata. Okay, now for our admissions, if you're applying for diploma and certificate programs, you should be a high school graduate, meaning K-12. And If not, if you're coming from the old system of education here in the Philippines, at least 2 years of college or university. And we will need your high school diploma and transcript or college diploma and transcript. And for the graduate certificate programs, we will need your college or university uh, documents. And if you also did some maybe master's units or PhD units, we will also need those documents. We will need your CV or your resume. So the high school is not needed for the graduate certificate, and the medium of instruction certificate is not also needed for both for the application. We will need your passport, marriage certificate, if applicable. If you're married and then you change your name, we will need that. If you're married and you did not change your name, that's fine. You don't need to submit your marriage certificate, right? Okay, so for the application fee, again, it's waived. Tuition fee will be around 16,500 to 19,900 Canadian dollars a year. Okay, so this is 2 semesters. Health insurance is included here. And we have entry scholarship for the Philippines, which is 2,000 Canadian dollars. This is automatic once you apply and you receive your letter of acceptance. The 2,000 CAD will be reflected. If you have IELTS, academic or general, with overall band score of 6.5, no band lower than 6, you will get additional 1,000 Canadian dollars. Okay, not bad. For the accommodation, we have student residence in the main campus. If you don't want this, we can definitely assist you with off-campus housing and of course, homestay. Okay, so I hope you have the time to go over our website and take the virtual tour of our facilities in the main campus. So I will be here for the Q&A. So once again, thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Kanata.
Hi, thanks, Fair. Our second speaker is the International Education Advisor for the Philippines for Fanshawe College. Let us all welcome Ina Rania.
Hi, Francis. Hi, Cher. Nice to see everyone, and good evening to all attendees for this webinar. So my name is Ina, and I will be presenting Fanshawe College. So let me just pull up my slide. All right. So Fanshawe College, we are located in London, Ontario. So London is actually in southwestern part of the province. And if you're coming into Canada, the main entry point for most of our students is Toronto. So London is 2 hours away from Toronto Airport. And we also provide arrival service that I will share later on to our students. Also, in terms of the Filipino community in London, it's actually growing, and that's because of the increased number of Filipinos students in Fanshawe, and they are bringing their kids with them, and they are also bringing their spouse with them. In terms of our school population, we have 22,000 full-time students, and 7,500 of them are international, representing 104 different countries. Right now, the Philippines is actually ranked second in the whole international student population at Fanshawe. So most likely, you will meet a fellow Filipino or a kababayan in your program, or probably you will meet them in London. Also, in terms of how we do or how we deliver our programs, we have experiential learning that is very much practiced in our programs. And that is, of course, to develop the knowledge and also the skills that are very much needed by the industry. When we create our programs, we make sure that the industry would have a part on the decision making and also crafting the curriculum, because technically we want to build the skills and the knowledge while you are still a student in Fanshawe, and later on you'll be very much ready to take on what is waiting for you in the industry. Also, in terms of the programs that we have, most of our programs would have placements. These are not paid. Usually it's around weeks or hours. And we have co-op or cooperative education, which is paid internship that would last from about 4 to 8 months. So if the program that you wish to study in Fanshawe would have co-op, then I would really recommend for you to take it, because based on the figures that we have, 87% of our students that are enrolled in co-op programs are actually hired by the same company where they spend their co-op. Also, as like what Fair mentioned, in colleges in Canada, we don't have rankings, but just to share with you our accomplishment, Fanshawe College ranked first in the whole province of Ontario with 90.3 graduate employment rate last 2019. So that just resonates the fact that our student services and also our programs are really there and really focused to make sure that you're job ready by the time you finish your program in Fanshawe. In terms of the programs that we do offer 200 plus programs across 17 areas of study. So we try to provide a variety of programs to all of our students. And these are the areas of studies that we have. Hopefully the program or the field that you're into right now, or the field that you're planning to study in Canada is offered in Fanshawe. So you're free to check out our website for a more comprehensive details and list of our programs. And in terms of the programs that we have degree programs, and these are 4 years. We have post-secondary certificates, and these are 1-year programs. Diploma is 2 years, advanced diploma is 3 years, and graduate certificate programs that we offer in Fanshawe would usually range from 1 year or 2 years. You're also free to consult with Kanata for program recommendation, but just to give you a brief guide on how you can choose programs in Fanshawe, we can recommend a program for you based on the credentials that you currently have. And also, just to share with you the postgraduate opportunities for you once you finish any program in Fanshawe College. So based on the credentials of Filipino students, Filipino international students, we have 3 main categories. So the first category would be high school graduates. So for example, if you are a graduate of the old curriculum, if you're grade 10, you did not complete college, probably you had several years in college, you will fall under this category. So here, you have to take 1 year general arts and science before you can continue to any 1 to 3 year post-secondary program. So for example, you have 2 years college. You might not need to take general arts and science, but we have to check if you meet the minimum requirements, or if we can somehow consider the science or the math or English that you took during the 2 years to waive the general arts and science. Most of you would most likely fall under the second category. You're both high school and college graduates. Probably some of you have master's or PhD already, but you will still fall under this category. So here, technically, you have the freedom to choose and flexibility to choose any of our programs, be it post-secondary or postgraduate. And the emerging market that we have would be K-12 graduates, those who finished senior high school or have yet to finish senior high school and you want to study in Canada. You can study in Fanshawe and you can proceed directly to any post-secondary program. So regardless of the credentials that you currently have, as long as you complete a full-time program in Fanshawe that we offer to international students, if you study a 1-year program, you will be given a 1-year post-graduation work permit. Or if you study at least a 2-year program, if it's a 2-year program straight, or if you're going to do a 1+1 combination, you can get up to 3-year post-graduation work permit. So what is the post-graduation work permit? It's actually your opportunity to apply for permanent residency, get that points to apply for permanent residency, or if you want to look for a sponsor that can eventually give you a work permit so that you can continue staying in Canada, then that will be the perfect time for you. So all of our programs that we offer to international students that are full-time are eligible for post-graduation work permit. Even our preparatory courses like general arts and science and pre-health, it's eligible for post-graduation work permit. So technically, everything that you've invested in your studies in Fanshawe, it won't be put to waste. So in terms of the student services that we have, upon arrival in Canada, given the COVID-19, we have several quarantine policies. you, for example, will have to quarantine for 14 days upon arrival. So we give assistance to our students in terms of transportation, checking in on them every day, and make sure that they're well, and they have things to do while on quarantine. But before COVID and hopefully after COVID, we still offer free arrival service to all of our international students. And that will include airport greeting, shuttle from Toronto to London, and 2 nights hotel accommodation. Right now, because of the quarantine restrictions and requirements set by the government, we provided students several discounts. When during quarantine, we have partnered with hotels so that they can get discounted rate. Or if they wish to stay in a hotel, we also provide transportation from in Ontario. Also, as of the interview, our team will help you with any program, admission, and student immigration related concerns. So, for example, if you want to apply for a second program in Canada, you're free to book an appointment with our immigration advisor. They can add a program for you. We'll give you an updated LOA and will also help you with the requirements and the process to apply for a study permit extension. Regularly, we also do PR pathway, what you call this, webinars to our students so that at least while you are studying, you're aware of the PR pathways that are currently offered to international students and for working classes in Canada. And anything under the sun, basically, you can book an appointment with any student life coordinator. If you're feeling homesick or troubles with your getting along with your peers, you're free to book an appointment with them. Also, for academic assistance, we have the Learning Center. So everything about academics, you can talk to your program coordinator. We have specific program coordinators for each student. If you are enrolled in a co-op program, we have co-op consultants. If you have placements, we have placement consultants as well. And also, in the Learning Center, we have academic advisors. Should you wish to book an appointment for a tutor, if you're having troubles with your subjects in physics, in chemistry, or math, or English, you're free to do so. Also, probably one of the reasons why we have a huge accomplishment in terms of graduate employment rate, we have a very active career and employment service center that will be a one-stop shop access to everything that you need to know about job readiness and employment in Canada. So before you start the program, we have Fanshawe Works, which is a 2-day workshop. So before you will even start the program, we will help you about information on how to create your Canadian resume. We will also introduce you to our panel of employers, and we'll also share with you several tips on job hunting and also doing interviews via Zoom, since that's the new normal now. So also upon graduation, you have access to our dashboard and also our services 5 years from your graduation date. So at least we will still help you succeed and do well with your career in Canada. In terms of the tuition fee and living expenses, program tuition and fees in Fanshawe would range from 16,000 to 18,000 Canadian dollars, and that's for 1 year or 2 semesters. In terms of accommodation of campus housing, which most international students are availing, would range from 6,000 to 8,000 Canadian dollars. For books and other expenses, it's not part of the tuition fee that you paid for, but it's actually on top of it, but it will depend on your program. So for example, if you are enrolled in culinary management, you might not spend on books, but you have to purchase your uniform that you will use in the kitchen for your practical sessions. Just also to note, your program tuition and fees, it's actually in our website. Right now, it's for the current academic year. It might change next year in a few months. In a few months for the next academic year, and the only payment that you need to settle is the first semester tuition fee of your program so that you can be fully enrolled and you can come to Canada. Also, your tuition fee is inclusive of bus pass if you are taking any program in any of our London campuses. So that will actually save you a lot of money in terms of transportation because you only need to tap the card, your student card, whenever you ride the bus. Even on holidays and weekends, it's free of charge. And your tuition fee is also inclusive of medical insurance. So your medical insurance will cover even COVID-19 related expenses, um, dental and vision insurance. It's also part of the coverage, and also any hospitalization, medical consultation, and procedures. It's part of your insurance as well. Also, in terms of application process or requirements, you can book an appointment in Kanata and they can assist you with the application process. But basically, here are the minimum requirements that we need from students. If you're going to apply for any post-secondary program, you need your high school transcript and diploma together with your college documents and your passport. But if you're going to apply only for a graduate certificate program, we just need number 2 and number 3 from you. And also, Fanshawe College does not require IELTS or any English test score for Filipino students during application, except for pharmacy technician, because it's the Association of Pharmacy Tech that requires their students to take IELTS before starting the program. Even the medium of instruction certificate, it's not part of your application documents. But if ever Canada will ask you for more documents that they needed for their reference and also for visa application. So the minimum requirements is posted on your screen. Also, if you're going to apply through them, we're also going to waive your 100 CAD application fee, and we're very much quick in terms of issuance of LOA. We can give your LOA as early as 1 day, maximum of 4 days, if ever your documents are already complete and uploaded in our portal. Also, if you have an IELTS academic, you have a chance to be nominated for IELTS scholarship or English scholarship. If you have an IELTS score that meets the grade requirements stated in the screen, you have a chance to get a 1,000 or 1,500 CAD scholarship. This one, it's not given to you outright because we also need your first semester GPA to be awarded of the scholarship. If ever you wish to apply for other scholarships in Fanshawe while you're studying, most of them are merit-based. So you have to really do well with your studies so that you can be eligible for the scholarship. And normally, since it's merit-based, you can expect from about 500 to around 2,000 Canadian dollars tuition fee discount. And most of our scholarship opportunities can be combined. So for example, if you get awarded for 2 scholarships, one is 500, one is 1,000, then if it's possible, based on the terms and conditions of the scholarship, we can actually combine it, and it will be less of the tuition fee that you will pay for the next semester. And just to share with you, most of our students are really doing well with their studies, even if it's COVID, and they were given scholarships during their studies. So if you want to know more about Fanshawe College, feel free to check out our website. And also, we have curated several content and materials in our Facebook and also in our YouTube to help you prepare, help you look for the right program, and just to give you a glimpse of Fanshawe College and what we can offer to international students. And also for Filipino students, we have Filipino student stories posted in our social media websites as well. So feel free to check out our website, and I will be staying for the questions later on. Thank you.
Thank you, Ina. Our final speaker for tonight is our very own Catherine Manasan, one of the education counselors here in Kanata. She will discuss the process of school application and also for the visa application. Hi, Catherine.
Hi, Sir Francis, and hi to our school representatives, Miss Ina and Miss Fair. Good evening to all our attendees for tonight. Thank you for sparing your Friday night with us. So I'll just going to share our presentation. Sorry, mabilis lang to para we can move on to our question and answer. Right. So once again, welcome to Study in Canada webinar with Kanata Education. I will be discussing our services and what can you expect and the benefits of an international students in Canada. So as a student of Canada or as an international student of Canada, you must be enrolled at a designated learning institution. So Fanshawe College and Soo College are part of the list of the designated learning institutions in Canada. Another thing, as an international student, of course, you should be making progress towards completing your program. So, kailangan, syempre, pumapasa din tayo sa mga subjects natin doon kasi nag-aaral tayo, hindi lang puro trabaho. And then, of course, you have to respect the conditions of your student permit. And you should stop studying if you do not meet the requirements and leave Canada when your permit expires. So, bawal tayong mag-TNT dun, guys. So, kailangan, pagkatapos na nung student permit nyo or yung visa, kailangan umalis na. But syempre, hindi yun yung goal natin. All right. So, what are the benefits of an international student? So, I think some of you must have seen this all over that there are programs like study and work programs. So actually, this is a benefit. You are privileged to have to work while you study. So there are three ways to work. One is on campus, so you don't need a work permit, but you must be a full-time student and you should be holding a valid student permit. However, on-campus jobs are highly dependent on the availability inside the campus. So hindi naman all the time may available. So depende. Off campus, you also don't need a work permit, but you should have started studying and you are already enrolled in a program. So let's say, for example, you're flying or your intake is this September 2021, and then you're flying around July or August. So hindi ka pa pwedeng mag-work off campus not until you have started your classes and you're already enrolled in a program. So kahit maaga kayong pumunta, hindi kayo pwedeng magtrabaho agad. Okay, and then of course, some of you guys will be earlier by our school representative an internship or OJT here in the Philippines. So depending on the company that you will be working for. Okay, so as an international student, you are allowed to work 20 hours per week during school semester and 40 hours per week if semestral breaks or holiday breaks. So parang full-time job na rin siya. Other than that, what attracts most of our international students or Filipino students that they wanted to study in Canada, that's because of the that after you finish your program. If your program is less than 8 months, you are not eligible for PGWP. But if you're taking 1-year program, you're eligible for 1-year postgraduate work permit. And for a 2-year program, you're eligible for 3 years postgraduate work permit. It was stated earlier that you can do a 1+1 program, meaning to say you can start with a 1-year program and then you can apply for another 1-year program. So in total, you took 2 years program, so you are eligible for 3 years postgraduate work permit. So we can discuss this more in detail once we do have one-on-one. All right, so other than that, another benefit of an international student is that you can bring your dependents with you. However, as your agent, we highly discourage bringing the dependents kapag mag-a-apply na because they are considered as your strongest tie here in the Philippines. But if you really want to bring them with you, posible naman yun. It's okay. So who are considered as your dependents? This is your spouse, your common law partner, and of course your children. So if you are 18 years old and above and you don't have your own family yet, parents, siblings, grandparents, and your titos and titas are not considered as your dependents. So yung own family mo lang yung considered na dependents. Okay. So as your agent, we provide free assessment unlimited consultation, and of course, free assistance. So we will assist you all throughout your entire application process from the school application until your visa application. So all you have to do is submit your passport, your CV or resume, and your academic transcripts, whether for graduate certificates or college diplomas, then it's going to be your high school and college transcripts and diploma. We don't collect processing fees, that's correct. However, we do collect 10,000 security deposit, which you will use later on for your visa application and biometrics fee. So hindi po yan scam or kung ano man, red flag, yung mga pinagsasabi po ng ibang students. So we really don't collect processing fees, no hidden charges. 10,000 is just a security deposit. So we only collect it once we finish the assessment, once we've assessed your background, and if you're actually decided to apply, because otherwise this 10,000 will be non-refundable if you cancel the application in the middle of the process. Okay, so what are the other documents required for school application or visa application? Of course, you need to have a valid passport. So, syempre, kailangan natin ng valid passport. We will be also asking for your birth certificates, employment certificates, and IELTS if it's required, or if you're going for the student direct stream. And then, yeah. And then, what is the process on becoming an international? All, you need to consult with your counselor. So after this presentation, after the webinar scheduled for tonight, we will be calling you one by one next week on Monday for consultation and assessment. So that is a very critical step, because we will provide you the right program that is required to apply as a student in Canada. So kailangan kasi yon for your study plan writing. So after that, you need to gather and submit all the required documents, and then we will start applying you to your chosen school, and then we will be waiting for the letter of acceptance. So for these two schools, yung LOA nila is very quick. They usually give letter of acceptance 1 day, maximum na yung 4 days. After we receive the letter of acceptance, you need to confirm your slot by paying the tuition fee. And then once you finish all that, we will be sending you the visa and medical checklist. And then we will start to complete all your required visa requirements. And then we will submit it for your visa application. So di ba, ang dali lang, mabilis lang yan. So if you're still interested to study or apply for September 2021 intake, we can still process your application. So as long as meron pang available slots with the school, then we can still proceed with your application. All right, so there are two types of visa application process. The first one is the regular stream, or the most preferred option of the students. So usually before the pandemic or before COVID, the waiting time runs between 6 to 8 weeks. But during this time, according to the IRCC website, it is between 13 to 14 weeks. However, we are getting visa decisions less than that 13 to 14 weeks, but we cannot promise, or there is no guarantee na mas mabilis doon. So we suggest that you apply or we submit your visa application 2 to 3 months before the intake. So what are the requirements for regular stream? Of course, you need to have the proof of acceptance or the letter of acceptance from the school, a proof of identity, which is your passport, your certificate of employment, your IDs, and then you need to have a proof of financial support. So this proof of financial support is a bank. This is in the form of bank statements from your sponsor. So your sponsors are considered as your relatives. So sila yung eligible to become your sponsors. So itong si sponsors, they are required to provide their bank statements showing the show money, yung required na proof of financial capacity. So how much is the show money required? It is 1 year tuition fee and 1 year living cost. So that is the required proof of financial capacity. And then of course, we will provide a letter of explanation or yung study plan na tinatawag or statement of purpose. Ito yung SOP, SP, yan, kung letter of intent, yan yun. Kung nababasa nyo yan online. So that is the letter of explanation. We do provide assistance and guidelines on how to write your letter of explanation. So all throughout your entire journey of application, kasama nyo kami. Okay, so once again, that is the regular stream. You need to have a proof of acceptance, proof of identity, proof of financial support, and then the letter of explanation. So the other type of visa application is the study direct stream. So it is a very straightforward and hassle-free type of application. So once again, pre-pandemic or pre-COVID, the waiting time runs between 4 to 6 weeks. So totoo yung may nakakaalis between 1 to 2 months after nilang mag-biometrics or after nilang mag-submit ng visa application. You are required to submit an IELTS score with a minimum band of 6. So if the school is waiving the IELTS requirement for English proficiency, if you are applying through the Study Direct stream, then you must submit an IELTS. And then you are also required to purchase a guaranteed investment certificate worth 10,000 Canadian dollars. So we will be assisting you how to apply for or how to purchase the guaranteed investment certificate. And then if you are going for the SDS or the study direct stream, you must pay 1 year tuition fee. So with the regular stream, you are paying 1 semester tuition fee, while on the study direct stream, you are required to pay 1 year tuition fee. So basically sa study direct stream, in advance mo na lahat ng gastos mo. So the GIC, the 10,000 Canadian dollars, serve as your living allowance for the whole duration of your program. I mean, for 1 year. So pag may pasok ka, ipinapadala sa'yo ito ng bank. Okay? So ganun yung GIC. For 1 year siya, yung 10,000. Okay, so once again, study direct stream, you are required to submit IELTS, purchase a guaranteed investment certificate, and pay your 1 year tuition fee to the school. And also, of course, you need to write your letter of explanation. So some of you guys are asking why you should still study or pursue your education in Canada even during this time of pandemic or in the middle of COVID. Some schools are, actually most schools are shifting towards online learning for September, this May and September. I think they will be delivering their programs blended, like half will be online and half on campus. And then you are studying at the comfort of your home through online. So of course, lower cost of living, and you don't need to have part-time jobs kasi nandito ka pa sa Pilipinas, and you still qualify for PGWP even if you are studying online. So mayroong recent news na kahit yung full duration of your program or 1 year of your program ay online, so you still qualify for PGWP. But hanggang December of this year lang yata siya. So, ayan. So thank you so much for watching and joining us for tonight. You can follow us on our social media pages, Kanata Education on Facebook and on Instagram. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can watch all our previous videos. And we also give some tips and insights on how to become an international student in Canada. So thank you guys so much. And we can now proceed with our question and answer portion.
Yes. I believe Fair and Ina is still with us. So for your questions for Fanshawe or Soo, they can accommodate actually for your questions. So one question I read is, I think you can answer this, Ina and Fair. Do you accept or do you require students to submit MOI or the certificate of English as a medium of instruction?
For Fanshawe College, we don't require it in your application. So far, wala naman.
Same with us, we don't require the MOI. Thank you.
So no MOI and also no IELTS yung mga gusto mag-submit for Fanshawe and Soo College. Yes. Fair. Can the student use the general training IELTS? I think this is for the discount. Pwede ba siyang gamitan?
Yes. So we accept academic or general, overall band score of 6.5, no band lower than 6.
Okay. I hope we answer your question. Oppo A12. Another question is, is it advisable to have a sponsor even the student is matured enough to have money? Miss Catherine, what's your insight about the sponsorship for
Yes, I highly suggest that you have a sponsor. The purpose of the sponsor is that they will be guaranteeing your finances or financial requirements in Canada. We would want to avoid na maging pabigat ka in Canada. So we wanted to make sure na para siyang nagsiserve as a guarantor yung sponsors mo. However, if you are not able to provide sponsor, then we will be discussing it later on kasi we will be asking you more questions about this if you can actually qualify for self-sponsorship.
Okay.
So I think we have another question here for Fanshawe regarding the off-campus housing. Is it possible for our dependents to live there? I think this is on-campus housing, not off-campus.
Yes. So for on-campus housing, it's exclusively for students, both domestic and international. If you have families or if you have a spouse coming in with you to Canada, you're free to explore off-campus housing. So merong mga different types of accommodations around London, and yung mga landlords din sa London, they're very accustomed to international students and their needs as well.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. We can ask this question to you, Ms. Fair. Are there cases where students not issued LOAs? Parang na-refused sila or na-reject from getting letter of acceptance.
And
If there are any cases where
yes,
you refuse,
if
yeah.
you're not able to. Yes, so if you're not able to meet the minimum requirements, of course, they'll refuse you. That's why you will need Kanata to go over your documents if you meet our minimum requirements.
Okay. Question for Fanshawe and Soo College as well. How long is the validity of the letter of acceptance?
So for Fanshawe, it's actually valid till the start of your, well, actually, till the start of your class. Kasi yun yung magiging document that you need to submit for your visa application. If ever wala ka pang visa and you want to defer your intake, we will issue another LOA. So the old LOA will be voided, and then you have your new LOA that you can use for entry and for visa application.
Fair.
So same with us, it will be, the expiration will be on the date, on the start of the semester. So you can use that as well for visa and entry, for border entry. Thank you.
What about the confirming the offer? Is there any deadlines where can the student confirm or pay the deposit fee for Soo and Fanshawe?
So for Soo, once you receive your letter of acceptance, you're given 20 days to accept it, and as well 20 days to pay the deposit, which is 1,500 Canadian dollars. So after paying the deposit, that deposit includes, that's part of your first semester tuition fee. So the remaining first semester tuition fee will be paid after a month once you pay the first deposit or the deposit. I hope I did not confuse you.
So for Fanshawe naman, once that we issue your letter of acceptance, we have 30 days to settle the 2,300 CAD tuition fee deposit. And again, like Soo, it's deductible from your first semester tuition fee. The next time or the next schedule that you need to settle your remaining balance for first sem that is required is around 2 months before the start of class.
Okay, so for students na makaka-receive ng LOA for Soo College, you only have 20 days to confirm the offer and to pay the 1,500 Canadian dollars, or else marirevoke yung offer, pwedeng mabigay yung seat sa ibang nag-apply. And for Fanshawe College naman, it's 30 days and 2,300 yung deposit fee na kailangan nilang bayaran.
Yes. Okay. So we have a question here from Ann Luna. Both school representatives can answer this. Are we allowed to go to Canada earlier than first semester? If yes, how many months prior to the first semester or the intake siya pwedeng pumunta?
Okay, so I can answer first. So for us, we encourage students to come to Canada 1 month before the start of class. We don't really recommend for you to come earlier than 1 month because technically wala kang gagawin doon. You cannot go because we not go out and explore because of COVID. And yung insurance mo din kasi na pasok sa tuition mo, it's valid 1 month before the start of class. So and you only need 14 days for quarantine. So that's our recommendation to our students.
So for us also, 1 month before the start of the semester. IRCC recently cleared this out in one of their tweets. I'm not sure if you're able to read it, but they discourage students arriving to Canada maybe weeks, more than 4 weeks before the start of the semester. So some students, unfortunately, experience A2A because of that. So it's better for you to go to Canada a month before the start of the semester.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I think na wala ring reason to go there early because hindi pa rin naman sila pwedeng mag-part-time job unless mag-start na yung class.
Yeah, even if we don't have the pandemic, even pre-pandemic, you cannot work before the start of the semester.
So it's safer to...
Also, it goes with the OWP. Hindi din sila pwedeng mag-work in any day.
Yes.
I have another question with regards to PGWP. Is it allowed to move to another province after they finish their program and use the work permit somewhere else?
So yes, that's applicable to all. So you can use the PGWP across Canada.
Same with us. It's you can go to anywhere in Canada for your PGWP.
Okay. Sir Francis, do you have any more question?
For the assessment and evaluation, it depends kung mako-contact namin kaagad si student. So keep your lines open, especially next week. We will definitely contact you one by one for the free assessment and the consultation. We need to know your backgrounds for us to, give you proper program recommendations and also schools because students actually minsan because of their relatives living in the area, yun yung napipili nilang school. So definitely, for the assessment and consultation, we will call you. That's why it's also important na yung contact numbers nyo and your emails na-mention siya dito sa chat. So we can contact you next week.
Okay. I have another question here for both school representatives. Can you briefly discuss the refund policy because they're asking about refusals and then refunds, and if in case they will reapply, will there be another payment for that, or how it will go?
So for Fanshawe, if you have a visa refusal, well, you have two options. First option would be to request for a refund. If it's because of visa refusal, we can refund all of your payments, and the deduction is only 250 Canadian dollar admin fee. The second option for you, if you want to reapply, you can contact Kanata on this one, and we can defer your intake since lalo-lalo na if medyo kulang yung time, you can defer to the next available intake for your program and we'll issue a new LOA for your reapplication.
So for Soo College, almost the same. If you got refused, you can apply for a full refund, less 400 admin fees, or you can defer to the next available intake. So meaning we mentioned next available intake because not all programs are available on all of the intakes. There's very few programs.
Okay.
I know, Fair, the application in Soo College is already open for January 2022. Ongoing pa yung September 2021. Kailan naman mag-start yung admissions for May 2022 intake?
May 2022 will open by the end of May or first week of June.
First week of June, okay.
With regards to Fanshawe Care, we have a question here from YouTube. If sabay-sabay daw silang darating sa airport, I think this is a family. Pwede daw ba silang iba-iba daw yung susundo or pwedeng iba-ibang date sila pupunta and susunduin pa raw sila sa Fanshawe?
Okay. So, my question to that person is if, what you call this, if anong intake ba siya? Kasi right now, may quarantine tayong policy set by the government. So, for example, if you're a family and you're flying together, you can actually stay together in a government quarantine hotel after you take your swab test. Even if yung sa secondary quarantine nyo, you can stay together. Pero kung for example, nauna si student and spouse, susunod yung mga other family members, we can only give you transportation and assistance if you're traveling together. So yun yung assistance na pwede namin ibigay sa inyo. But for families, family assistance, kahit may mga 3 or 4 yung anak mo, if you're traveling together, we can provide transportation for you. Pero syempre, most likely, private car or limo yung ibibigay namin sa'yo kasi you have your bags and you're more than 2 or 3.
Okay, thank you for that, Miss Ina. Miss Fair, so we have attendees here who are mature students who did not finish their bachelor's degree. So for the old curriculum and then high school graduate, do you still accept these applicants?
Okay, so if you're not able to at least enter college for 2 years, so kung high school lang talaga and then you're not able to continue, the only program that you can apply to SU is the General Arts and Science. So that's a 1-year certificate program. After you finish that, you can apply to the academic program. So you can choose any program that you will qualify for diploma or advanced diploma.
Miss Catherine, there's a question coming from Vanessa. Assuming that the parents and siblings are already in Canada, who will be the possible home ties here in the Philippines?
Home ties mo dito sa Philippines, if you do have properties, they are considered as your home ties then. And of course, if you have also like relatives, so usually that is what we are using on your career plan with regards to home ties. However, we highly strengthen yung reason why you need to study in Canada and why you are taking this program in Canada. So if you don't have that much home ties, we need to, yun yung mas gagalingan natin. So the reason why you are studying in Canada.
Okay, additional lang, Catherine, aside dun sa family ties mo, also your economic ties will be checked. So if you have properties here in the Philippines, your job, nababalikan mo, so ties pa rin yon na pwedeng i-consider ni visa officer para mabigyan ka ng visa, student visa, and she will consider na yes, babalik pa rin si student because yun nga, meron siyang economic ties dito sa Philippines and also her job or yung trabaho niya dito.
That's correct. Okay, we have another question. I think this will be our last question. Do you still accept applicants for September 2021? So there are still students who wants to apply for September 2021.
For Fanshawe, yes, we still have programs that are open. Pero my advice for you, kung kaya nyo kumuha ng LOA as soon as possible, do it. because visa application is taking time, and as much as possible, sana may visa na kayo by August so that you can travel to Canada if you have the option.
So same with us, we're still open. We still have programs that are open for fall 2021 intake. So please check with Kanata these programs. Otherwise, you might need to check for the January or May intakes.
Okay. As for the visa application, our maximum last date for submission is first week of June, because we still want to follow yung 13 to 14 weeks. Actually, that's actually less na dun sa guidelines na sinesend na kaya pa naman by first week of June, maximum for submission of visa for September 2021 intake. So if you are sure na to apply, you have the required documents, then you can always start with the application by paying the security deposit of 10,000, which will be used later on for your visa application and biometrics fees. So yun lang naman yung una yung papayaran. The rest, may mga nagtatanong how much will the fees na mai-incur nila for studying in Canada. Of course, the tuition fees must be paid by the student. So we don't offer pay now, fly later. Tama ba yun? Baligtad pala. Fly now, pay later. Baligtad.
Study now.
So kami ay pay now, fly later. So ganun sa amin. So, yun. So we don't have that kind of program. So student must be full paying student. So that's it. Sir Francis, do you have any last words?
Okay, so thank you, Fair and Ina, for joining us tonight. Medyo maraming attendees. I hope lahat sila mag-apply, and pwede pa humabol for September 2021 as long as kung complete na yung documents niyo for school application, and for Soo College and Fanshawe College, less than a week, pwedeng lumabas yung letter of acceptance and we can proceed to visa application. So pwede pa for September 2021 intake. Pero kung hindi na, open na yung application for January 2022. So mabilis na yan. Na-mention din na dapat maaga mag-apply ng student visa para more time to prepare bago umalis. And syempre right now because of the COVID pandemic, ang daming kino-consider for travel, like yung 3 days hotel accommodation, yung another 11 days na quarantine. So better apply early, plan early, and maka-receive ng visa approval early. Catherine.
All right. So thank you guys so much. Thank you to our school representatives, Miss Ina and Miss Fair. We'll see you guys next time, and please stay safe sa mga bahay nyo. Have a great weekend, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Francis, Kat. Bye.